Hey, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. I want to talk to you today about the danger of banks in Wall Street. Before I do that, I'm Jerry. My intention today is to actually provide you with information so that you can make a good decision about your finances. And I would love to work with you guys as clients as you're watching this. If you're hearing this and you're like, hey, this sounds like it's the truth, I want to learn more, go to my website, www.wealthdynamx.com. That's going to be www.wealthdynamx.com. If you're just tuning in, make sure that you share this, like. I would love to see your information in the comments. But I want to share with you the danger of banks in Wall Street. Now, my story, I've been doing this, I've been running my business now for almost a decade. And so for many years now, I have been focused on helping people become financially independent. And there's actually two sides of that. I'm helping them do the right things, and I'm also helping them get out of the wrong situations. So we already have lack of financial education in general in our country. And so on top of that, we have different companies and different firms that sell products that basically take advantage of and exploit people's lack of information. Okay, so we are uneducated. That's the ideal scene for these firms and groups. And so they will pitch a product that harnesses the consumer's lack of education, exploits it, and turns it into profit. I think that's disgusting, and I want to share with you why you need to watch out and what you can start doing to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of by these large retail financial firms and different banks and different insurance companies. So the first thing I want you to watch out for is actually advice. Now, as you know, the root of advice comes from opinion. If you ask somebody for an opinion, you will get one. I promise. It does not mean they're credible, it just means that they have an opinion. So when you go into, let's say, a firm and ask for financial advice, what you're really asking for is a financial opinion. And so you'd be surprised, in my almost 10 years of doing this, I can count on one hand the number of people that I would take advice from financially in the industry. And all of them have licenses. Like every single one of the people that are unqualified, they all have the piece of paper on the wall. So what that means is they can read and regurgitate information. It does not mean they know how to handle finances. So here's a quote I want you to live by. Okay, you guys listening up? This is important. Competence is measured by results alone. Competence is measured by results alone. If this person does not have results in the area that they're talking to you about, do not listen to a damn thing they have to say. Okay, you would be just shocked how many bankers, financial advisors, and insurance agents are waiting for their next paycheck this Friday just like you are. And they're hoping you're going to be that paycheck. That's the only reason they're doing this. They don't know if they knew they would be wealthy. So you're not going to take workout advice from somebody that's overweight. You're not going to take health advice from somebody that smokes. Those things don't make sense. They contradict. The second thing I want you to watch out for is products and services. Okay, the products and services that are being sold by these banks, firms, and insurance companies, they're made up. Somebody made them up. In a board meeting, somebody said, hey, this is a concept that we think is profitable, therefore we're going to promote it with advertising dollars, and we're going to market it to the middle class. If you look back, 401ks were not here 200 years ago. Mutual funds didn't exist. Those things are less than 5 decades old, guys. They're younger than most of our parents. Are you really going to trust something as a product that's only been around for the last 40 or 50 years? I don't think so. I wouldn't. I don't. And so when you're looking at different products and services, realize this is the play on most of them. There's going to be a front-end fee to get into it. There's going to be an annual fee that's charged every single year on your account, and there's going to be a back-end fee sometimes if you want to get out. And sometimes you get all three of them. Now, just the annual fee, there's a study that's been done by Motley Fool. And so Motley Fool shows that a 1% 401k fee over 3.5 decades eats up 28% of your 401k balance. 28%. Guys, just do the math on that. If you have $1 million in your 401k, what is 28% of $1 million? That's a lot of money. That's a couple years worth of income that you're giving away to somebody. Here's the other thing, that 1% you're paying, let's just spin this around. Let's say I am borrowing money from you. And I pitch it to you, and I'm like, all right, man, I want to borrow $100,000. You're going to pay me 1 to 2% a year. I'm going to speculate with your money. if I make something, I'll give it to you. If I lose it, you still have to pay me the fee and I don't have to give you anything. Would you do that? I don't think you would do that. It doesn't make any sense. You'd be like, dude, get out of here. You're the next Bernie Madoff. I don't want to talk to you again. But that's what's being sold, guys. And then the last thing is cash flow. Okay, cash flow, if you go into, and I promise you this will happen, go into a financial advisory office or a bank right now and tell them you want to plan for cash flow. One of two things will happen. A, they're going to think you're asking for a budget because they don't know what cash flow is. Cash flow is net profit on passive income that's produced monthly by an asset and paid to you. That's not even on the licensing exams. Nobody learns about cash flow. So when you say cash flow planning, they're like, oh, Jerry wants a budget. Let me talk to him about income and expenses. That's not cash flow. The second thing that'll happen, if they finally realize you're talking about investment, they're going to talk to you about a diversified portfolio, which already breaks Carnegie's rule of never diversify. But they're going to talk to you about a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, annuities, insurance products. Now, A, you're diversifying, which is a terrible idea. The only reason you would diversify is to avoid risk, and the only risk that exists is not knowing what you're doing. So your advisor, by definition, is saying, I don't know what I'm doing, let's put you in everything and hope it all works out. That's what diversification is. Okay? So these products do not produce cash flow. There might be a dividend, but when you take the fee out, I have never seen a net dividend on a financial product that's more than 1% per year. So imagine buying, for those of you that are real estate investors, imagine buying a real estate portfolio that has a 1% net operating income. You would never do it. You'd be like, hell no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay? But they're not, the advisor, they're not even going to talk to you about income. They're going to tell you, hey, let's buy these things, let's hope they go up in value. And I have a piece of arbitrary software that calculates when you have enough of a nest egg. And when I tell you that my software says you have enough, we're going to sell it off over the next 3 decades and hope you die before the money runs out. That's literally the plan, guys. That's what they're doing. That's what they're teaching you. That's not how it should work, okay? So here's the deal. I help clients get out of that rat trap. It is a scam. It's designed to exploit the middle class. There's a reason that if you look at the skyline of any town, look at the tallest buildings, I guarantee they're financial institutions. There is a reason they are where they are. You're paying their bill. Okay? You need to have a plan that looks at how do you get financially free by making money today, keeping as much of it as possible, and investing, multiplying what you're keeping into real assets that produce income. And the only way to get there is to have a plan, to have accountability and a coach, to have education, to have community, and to have cash flow. And that's what my coaching does. So I want to work with you. If you are interested in learning more about what I do, reach out to me, direct message me, reach out to my website. It is www.wealthdynamics.com. That is wealth, WEALTH. DYNAMX.com. I want to work with you. If you think that you have some of the products I've been talking about, I'm not going to try and pitch you. I just want to sit down and show you what you have. So guard can be down. We'll look at information. We'll look at numbers, and we'll let the numbers and the math tell the story. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Have a happy Tuesday, I believe it is. Talk to y'all next time.